for another cube draft. The last one went not fantastic. I was a bit disappointed actually, but that's fine. Here we have Remand. Perforus is pretty interesting. Wormcoil powerful, but I think we have to take Coalition Relic. It's not the most exciting pick in the world, but it goes into any deck and it's very good. I guess it doesn't go into mono red, but I don't want to start my draft in mono red with like Amber Hauler or Perforus for that matter. More M15 cards, but the Coalition Relic is a fine first pick. It's obviously especially good since it's colorless and it fixes your mana pretty effectively also. So let's see what our second booster brings. The new Nissa. Okay. We got a Time Warp, a Bitter Blossom. Ooh, Dictate of Erebus. Mishra's Factory. And an Impulse. I think I just want to take Time Warp. It is a very powerful card and it's pretty good to ramp into, I suppose. Bitter Blossom is also very powerful, but I'd rather have like a Skull Clamp or something before I'm picking it up. So Time Warp it is. Impulse is also very good, but I do believe it's easier to come by card draw than Time Walks. But we'll see. For the record, I did like my last deck, but it was a bit too far off of being it wasn't the best version of the deck, and that hurts it a bit. Alright. This pack is a bit disappointing, I would say. We have Nicol Bolas. I do like him a lot. And it's not impossible to play him with this start. He could go into Grixis control. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He will probably be gone on the wheel. I'm more inclined to take Skinrender or Plow Under. They go into completely different decks. I could take the Birds, I suppose. That's not a horrible plan either. I do like Blue-Green Ramp. Yeah, that's not a horrible plan actually. Ooh, Griselbrand, Show and Tell. No, not in the same pack. Explorer is also pretty good, and Breeding Pool. So this is obviously why they're both still in the pack, because yeah, I'm thinking about Breeding Pool. It's nice to have a land. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We would probably wheel like one card that we potentially want. I do like the ramp cards, but mana fixing is mana fixing. Okay. I do like Lightning a lot. I think I would pick... I could pick Tundra. I don't want those cards. I'm gonna pick Elixir of Immortality. There is a good percentage of the time where you kinda goes off and draws a bunch of cards, and then you run the risk of decking yourself, and that's not something that I like. And Elixir is actually a pretty powerful card. The fact that it shuffles itself in gives you a fair edge. Oh, I see. Strip Mine is pretty good. Ancient Tomb is pretty good. Sphere is pretty good. Manalik is pretty good. There's a lot of good cards here. I don't think I want Strip Mine. I guess if we wheel the plow under, we could get really far ahead. I'm looking at the mana leak, it's pretty good. I think I'm gonna pick that up. A lot of ramp in those first boosters, so you gotta keep that in mind. Here we can go either with a red or a black land. Profane command is... yeah. Could take a pyroclasm, but that seems bad. I'm gonna pick Ulamog, not that I think we will play him, but it's nice to have one giant monster. Okay, here we have Seagate Oracle, Sundering Titan if we pick up a Tinker, I suppose. That's tough. We haven't seen a Tinker yet. Seagate Oracle is so good though. I'm gonna pick Seagate Oracle. We don't have the Tinker yet, so what wheels? The basically only red card wheeled. We have a Sky Swallower, which is pretty good to ramp into, and a Regrowth, which is a fine card. I think I'll pick up the Sky Swallower. He's pretty good at the top. And here we have all the mono black cards, and I guess we'll pick Ancient Grudge. We could splash it if we want to. It's a good sideboard card. Here we had one card that we wanted, or we could see ourselves playing, and that was Nicol Bolas, I think. I guess we'll pick Exhume. I don't think we will play it, but there is an option at least. Turn 2 Simic Sky Swallower is not the worst you can do. I do like our start though. I'm not saying blue is open or anything, but our start is pretty decent. It's too bad we had to pass up on some ramper for like mana fixing and stuff, but it's very rare that you don't end up with enough playables. It is much more common that you cut like 7 cards from your deck. Oh really? Wasn't this like the only blue card? Treetop Village is pretty good, and so is Mimic Vat, but Miscalculation is perfect. I would assume someone would have taken this. I'm gonna take Lightning. I don't like playing against that. I don't hate Ancient Tomb. I don't think we will play it. It's worse in a deck that has a bunch of ramp spells. But unfortunately for us, like all the other ramp spells are gone. So ooh, we have a channel. We kinda have to take that. So here we could take Volcanic to go into red. We could take Avenger as a fantastic high-end card, Gifts as a pretty good card, and Necromancy I suppose if we want to go that route. But Channel Ulamog is not a disaster. There's a lot of reanimate cards. Is there Upheaval too? That's pretty good. Let's see here. Arid Mesa doesn't fix anything. Green Sun Zenith only I guess it gets a top and a bottom. I'm looking at the Upheaval. We do have a Stomp Howler as well, and a Compulsive Research. Upheaval is by far the most powerful card, but we don't have that much artifact mana. We don't have that much ramp mana yet, which is a shame. We could take Everflowing Chalice. It's not the worst. I'm gonna pick Compulsive Research. We don't have that many card draw spells yet. In fact, we don't have any. But this is pretty good. But that was a tough pick. Hopefully something will wheel. Let's see, survival. That could go with our exhume plan, and maybe we will wheel something. I'm gonna select that for now. Garrick is pretty cool. Mutavault is pretty good. Thrustodon is also very good, and the Dawkins Shackles. There's a lot of good cards here. I think I will pick survival. Janivan is also very good, of course. Yeah, I'm gonna pick survival. We already have one big creature we can bin. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe we want a Thrustodon. Survival is cool though. Yeah, I'm gonna pick survival. We'll see where we go from there. Some good white cards. Genesis Hydra and a shapeshifter, I suppose. This is permanent, right? That would mean if we cast it for like X is 3, we can hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nah, I don't like that. I'm gonna pick the shapeshifter. It's pretty good. Making 2 Sky Swallowers. So yeah, we could dip into black depending on if like Recurring Nightmare or Necromancy or something comes around. Both Show and Tell and Griselbrand are gone, so that's something to keep in mind. Here we have Rude Awakening and Sulphur Falls as our only options, I believe. This is a pretty weak pack for us. I guess we'll take Rude Awakening. I do like the card. Those packs have not been kind to us. Do we pick a Tanglewire? No. We have a Glacial Fortress for a potential white splash. What do you do? It's an enchantment card. Duplicant. Nah, it's pretty bad. I'm gonna take the Rector as a speculative pick. Okay, here we can take Mindslaver, I suppose. See if we run that. This sucks. We have 2 pretty good ramp spells and a Preordain. A Preordain is very good. But here I believe we have to take a ramp spell here. So do we want the colorless one or that cycles itself later, or the rampant growth? That's a good question. I think I'm gonna pick Mind Stone actually. See where we go from there. Okay, so all the blue cards are back. Interesting. Gifts could be okay, I suppose. Could also pick Watery Grave if we want to try to splash the black. I think Gifts is a more powerful card. Yeah, Mind Stone is possible from a turn 1 Ancient Tomb if you want, but that leads to a lot of pain. Upheaval Wield. Do we take it now? We have a Stomp Howler. That's pretty good with Survival, which we probably won't play anymore. Spell Pierce I don't think I need. Upheaval. We can ramp into Upheaval. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. It's the highest upside card. Sure, Mutavault, why not? Grim Lava Monster doesn't do much, but neither does the Tracker, so sure, we'll take him. I'm gonna pick a land. Yeah, so it looks okay. Survival could move to the sideboard for now, together with Rude Awakening. Probably Mindslaver too. I don't want to play Mindslaver if I can avoid it. Now we have some early ramp spells. Two good things to ramp into. A Time Walk and an Upheaval. What I would like is, yeah, I don't know. Sure. What lands do we have? Red and white. That leaves us with Rector, Grim Lava Monster, Ancient Grudge. As potential splash cards, should we want them? Okay. What do we have here? We have a Courser of Crewfix, which is pretty solid. A Venser I don't think is what we want. We could take a Lightning Bolt as early protection. We could take a Talrand, Legacy's Allure, or Shardless Agent. I'm not in love with Shardless Agent when I'm playing 2-mana count spells. I think I will actually take Courser of Crewfix, even though it's not as powerful as some of the other cards. But it seems pretty good in a deck like this. It also stings a bit that we are prioritizing mana fixing and we're still only having one. Okay, let's see. We're gonna negate and a repulse, pretty good. Condescend, okay. Top, I do like a fair amount. Bailoff is pretty strong. But we have a Sphinx's Revelation and we do actually have a white land. That's very tempting, I have to say. I think it's better than the blue cards, and it's probably better than Bailoff, and I don't like playing with top that much. I'm gonna pick Sphinx's Revelation and splash white. Gilded Lotus, that's a pretty good one. Rushwind Cloudskate's pretty good too. Absent is too white. Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Gilded Lotus. That's perfect with Upheaval. And it's pretty good with Channel. So yeah. And Revelation's probably up here somewhere. It's also pretty nice to have the Elixir, because then you know that even if they get rid of my 2 win conditions, I can get them back and roll them again. And it's pretty nice to be able to loop Revelation. I guess I could actually go infinite and draw my whole deck, reshuffle it and draw it again, and keep doing that. Alright. For white, if we want to splash, we have an Oblivion Ring. We also have a Pain Land, which I will probably take on the wheel back. Soul of Ravnica I don't think is something you want to be doing here. We have Snapcaster and Hydra Broodmaster as options. Snapcaster only gets us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spells, but that's stretching it. I think I want one more fad, and Hydra Broodmaster is a pretty decent one, I think. Okay, we have some fairly interesting choices here actually. We have Mana Fixing, we have Opposition, which I don't think we can play, because we don't have that. I guess it's good with Hydra Broodmaster, but at that point you're probably winning anyway. Rufellos, we're not gonna play that many forests I don't think, which is a shame. We're gonna play a fair amount of course, but Venser, which is very tricksy, and an Eternal Witness. What do you get back? Time Warp. Yeah, I'm leaning towards the Eternal Witness actually. I think it's a pretty good one. And hopefully one of the cards will wheel. Palinchron. Borderland Ranger. What do you get? You get 2 of our colors. Borderland Ranger is pretty okay. Faith's Feathers is also pretty good. We don't have any removal, but that's fine. Do we want Borderland Ranger or Palinchron? We don't have any Heartbeat of Spring or anything, so I don't think we need to take that. We could take the Polluted Delta. I'm gonna pick Borderland Ranger. It's not a fantastic card, but it's okay. Assault Monolith. Don't think we need that now. Engineered Explosives. Nah, I'm gonna pick Ponder. It's hard to pass it up, actually. Just gonna move the lands over here so I can see my deck better. Interesting. We have a student which is pretty good. We also have Awakening Zone and Thieving Magpie, I suppose, but I don't think that's what we want to be doing. We don't have the tools to get it through. I think I'm gonna pick Awakening Zone and be happy with that. We have a lot of 3. We're leaning very heavily towards the Birds of Paradise, but it's really a shame that we didn't get more. Attack with 3. No, that's not gonna happen. We're gonna play Talrand. I guess so. Or maybe Supreme. I'm gonna pick Supreme Verdict. I'm not sure if we're gonna play it, but okay, we got Negate or Repulse. I think Repulse is kinda nice actually. Do I want to cut anything for it? That's the question. I don't think so. I'm gonna pick the Negate for the sideboard. Here we have Scroll Rack, which is pretty good. These to your stuff. Ogre of Bolas with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's probably fine. There's the land. And there's the land. And there is the Triskelion. Why not? Alright. This seems interesting. It's a little mix, I suppose. And there is at least 2 more green drafters. That much is clear. But hopefully we have snugged a fair amount of the mana fixing. Let's see here, you can be there for a while. Gonna put you over here at 7, 6, 8. Yeah, that seems alright. So we're gonna cut a card, most likely, and we're gonna decide how we wanna do with the mana base. And here is the potentials. So we end up with 10 creatures. Do we want survival? I don't think so. I mean, we can ditch something, pick it up with Eternal Witness. That doesn't seem fantastic to me. And not the red cards, but we can bring the red cards in if we want to. We got a Negate. Rector gets to the field. It gets Awakening Zone only. That's probably not enough. Let's see, I want my big creatures. The shapeshifter is not excellent, but I think it's worth running it. Ogre has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spells. And he flips 3. So that means that roughly 1 of 5 cards in my deck is an instant or sorcery. So he has around yeah, he will hit 50% of the time, a bit more. So that's not fantastic, but we have Ponder to help with that, and we will thin our deck pretty fast. Yeah, I still think he's okay. Courser's good. Borderland. Fish is a basic. I still think he's okay though. We want to hit our land drops for the big upheaval plan. Time Warp seems good. Gifts. What are we gonna go gifting for? We can't really gift or anything. I think gifts might be the card. There's no 4 cards that we can get that really rewards us. If we get like Elixir, Eternal Witness and 2 random cards, we will get either the random cards or we'll probably get the worst random card and Elixir or something, and that's not fantastic. But I do like gifts, but maybe not here. Do we want negate in the main? We already have 2 counter spells. No, I don't think so. Do we want Rude Awakening? Don't think so. Supreme Verdict is double white, and we are going to run like 3 white sources. Don't think so. Mindslaver. No, maybe out of the board. Okay. Do we gonna play Ancient Tomb? Feels very painful to do so. I don't think so. So let's see. Add basic lands. Yeah, that seems fine. For the record, I usually do it like this, so I have a feeling on how to fix the mana. So I'm gonna do it like this. This will fix for a blue, and this breeding pool without any way to fetching it is pretty bad, but what are you gonna do? So how many double blues do we have? Only up here. I think I'm gonna cut more islands. Now we have 7. Now we have 9 green sources and 5, 6, 7, 9 blue sources. That seems pretty good actually. We could cut another blue, but I don't want to do that. So this is the deck. I will see you shortly for game 1.